Yeah, again, I can't speak for him. Okay. So again, we went back down there, and we walked along the road looking for the pavers again as a reference point, and you can't hear it on videotape, but you can hear it on the original videotape that I gave to the police. You can hear me saying they're over here, or I think it was something like that. And he came over, and then we went to the woods at that spot again. And I don't remember if it was the first day or second day that we found a blanket, okay, that he picked up, and again that's on the tape. And like I say, he picked up the blanket with something, picked up, I don't know if it was a pen or whatever, picked it up and looked at it and put it back down. And then again, no remember first. And then he walked again towards the area where they found her. Only this time a little bit further in that direction. And that's where you see him repeatedly, putting the rod into the ground, and I don't think. And at one point, he was on the phone again in the wooded area. Okay, and then after we left there, then we went back to.
Did you ever hear him talking on the phone?
No, sir. No, he would, like I say, when we're out in the street, he would walk away from me, and I mean, he would think, I'm not going to follow the guy down the street. What's the sense?
Right.
And then, like I say, then we went back to that house again, and he went back, and again the videotape shows him. I'm as close to him as I am to this young lady here, and putting the rod into the ground, that sort of thing. And I don't remember what time that was. And then we left there, and when we left there, we went to a hotel.
How long were you there?
The second day, probably. Again, it's just a guess. Probably 20 minutes each site. Maybe
Not
a little bit
a real
more.
thorough investigation, was it?
No, sir. No, well, the deal was that part of the deal was that this area had been searched before.
Go ahead.
I mean, this the point was this area had been searched before. We thought by the police, by the EquiSearch, Texas Search Group.
But you really, those 2 days, you all actually never got to the spot where the body was actually found.
No, sir. No. Okay. I don't know. Again, I haven't been out. Well, let me go back a little bit. I don't know exactly where they found her. So I can't even tell you how close we were.
But your understanding is you all never investigated that area where the body
that exact spot, no, sir.
Okay. When you left there, that 20 minutes, what did he say to you when you came out of the woods? What did he say?
Well, I was in the woods with him.
No, but when you came out, what did he say?
Oh,
we're going to leave.
I'm sorry.
He says we're going to leave. There's nothing there.
Well, he left the woods. This is on day 2 now. We're talking about. We left there and went over to the house, and this time he took the rod, went over, which made no sense. Took the rod and started poking it into the soft ground where the other 3 pavers were. And then again, that's on the videotape.
Okay, and then what happened?
We left there and went to a hotel where Michelle Barth was. We met her at the hotel.
This is the PR girl?
Yes, sir.
Who is she? Oh, she's for the Kids Network.
Yeah, I believe she's at Kids Find Network at the time. And let's see, then we left the hotel. We drove up to
what
the
hotel.
Up, I don't know. There's
okay. And then we're
right near the airport.
Okay.
It's right near the airport. Like I said, we had breakfast with her. Left there. Went up to the command center. Nobody was there. They didn't open it up that Sunday. We thought that they were. Spend a little bit of time there. Maybe half hour. Dominic made a couple calls. I think Michelle made a couple calls. Try and find if they're going to open it up, and then eventually left.
And that was it.
Yes, sir.
Did you drove him back to the DNA office?
Yes, sir.
And did you all talk about the futile search and?
Yeah, just basically, I think it said something. I'm glad we didn't find her. Glad it turned out being like a nothing tip. And I didn't think that much about it, just another tip.
What do you think now, looking back? What was going on?
Oh, I hate when you ask me these questions. What I think, because I like dealing with the facts. But I think was going on.
Based on everything you've observed, and we're lucky because you're a real pro.
Thank you.
What is your opinion of what was really going on those 2 days?
Well, like I say, initially the first day I thought this was kind of showboating for members of the family. or I did this, this, and this. But the second day I wasn't so sure. I think the second day I'm thinking, well, maybe something is really going on here. He really does have a legitimate tip. First day I really didn't think so. But when he said I wanted to go back to the second day, then I really started thinking maybe something to this, and but the behaviors just didn't.
As you look back now, do you think that he may have been trying to put together an alibi for Casey? Maybe?
Oh, I wouldn't say that would be illegal, and I don't think he would do something illegal. I think.
Well, I know it'd be illegal, but do you think that is what was going on?
No, I don't think that.
So now you all drive back and it's all over. You drop it. You go to DNA and then.
Mm-hmm. Then I think we just we may have gone to no, we didn't go to lunch. Let me think. So we just parted ways, and said talk to you later. Just normal goodbye kind of thing.
You talked to him?
That was November 15th. Next time I talked to him.
16th, wasn't it?
I'm sorry, 16th. I'm sorry. 16th. May have had one or two conversations, on the phone, but not in person, because I hadn't gone down there. Because by this time, Casey's back in jail, certainly. And
was Casey out of jail?
No, she was in jail at that time.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I wasn't going down there. And then next time I heard from him was I believe it was December 11th.
Okay, so from the 16th to the 11th, you all really are just maybe...
Yeah, just touching base on the phone kind of thing.
Anything of importance?
No, not really.
All right, now, after that Sunday, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22, 23, 24, 25, on and on until December 11th. On any of those days, did you ever call the police and say, I've got something to tell you, we've received a tip, and we've searched these woods?
No, sir.
Never?
No, sir.
Why not?
I wasn't the investigator in the case. He told me that he forwarded all. He forwarded all tips to the police. It was his case.
So it's your understanding that the reason you didn't do it was because you weren't the primary investigator.
Right.
Had you been the primary investigator, would you have forwarded this information to the police?
Yeah, he had. I'd had conversations with Detective Allen, who had told me that they had dozens of referrals from I think Dominic, for tips that they had.
Had you been the private investigator, would have you told the police about it before you went out there that first Saturday?
I'd have told them that we had tip. That I would have told them.
Yeah, before you all went out there.
Sure.
That would have been the proper procedure.
Well, again, I don't know how many tips they had. I'm sure it was in the hundreds, maybe even in the thousands. And I think that.
But this is the only time that Dominic ever went looking for the body physically.
That I know of.
That you know of.
Yes, sir.
So the only time that you know that he ever went looking for the body, he never called the police. Obviously, this is a tip that he really believed.
Yeah.
Because
first day, like I said, I wasn't sure, but second day, I was sure.
Because to your knowledge, he'd never been out searching for the body ever before.
But that doesn't mean he hadn't, though.
I said to your knowledge.
To my knowledge, right.
But he didn't call the police and say, meet us out there.
No, sir.
And he never called, to your knowledge, when did he ever tell the police about this the first time, to your knowledge?
I don't know. When he told me, I don't know.
But you know he did tell the police he'd been out there searching.
Eventually, yeah.
When do you think he told them?
I don't know.
Was it before December 11th?
Again, I don't know.
Okay. What happened on December 11th?
December 11th is the date that they found the remains in the wooded area near where we were. Like I said earlier, he had called me and asked me to come down. And I told you the story. I met him behind Bennigan's parking lot in the back, and went from there.